Yeah, so let's back up for a second if we can, Steve. I said this, and I know you and I have talked about this. The Supreme Court, and this cannot get understated. The liberals on the Supreme Court, this case that just came down, the Voting Rights Act, Section 2, was heard for the second time on October 15th last year, 2025. We knew that this was going to come out as a majority decision. It was pretty clear then. Everybody predicted it. Most people did assume it was a 6-3 decision. The liberals on the court, and no one has disputed what I reported and I broke a couple weeks back, were slow rolling the dissent to minimize the number of states. Just, again, for your audience to fully grasp this, the liberals on the court, Kagan, Sotomayor, Ketanji Brown Jackson, literally held back their dissent to minimize states from being able to redistrict that would benefit Republicans from holding a majority. So they knew that legislative sessions would go out.
Hang on. I want to put, and to double down, to reinforce this, Kagan's, who's kind of the lead on the dissent, 30 pages of hers, just a liberal, it's just a primal scream. It's not like this is she's Felix. It's not like she's Felix Frankfurter and she needed this time to write this incredibly complicated response that we're going to set up for other court cases. In fact, their dissent was nothing there. They could have really written that over the weekend in October, correct? I mean, now that you've seen it, you realize your reporting was not only correct, it actually exposed this scam that they wanted to drag this past the primary season, sir.
Okay, but also for your audience to understand this, you and I both have dealt with this for years on various issues. If a story is wrong, Steve Bannon, whether it's about you or something, a policy, what's the first thing you do? You pick up the phone, you go, this is BS, that's not true, maybe off the record even, hey, this is not what's happening, somebody broke their leg and they can't write, or they broke their arm and they can't get to it. I mean, whatever. No one to this day has pushed back on what I scooped, right, which is that they were holding this thing back to minimize state legislatures from being able to redistrict in accordance with their ruling. Not one person. Nobody has said he's wrong, this didn't happen, whatever, because your analysis, my reporting is 100% right. They knew what they were going to say. There's nothing profound in her dissent. It's just, to your point, a primal scream. We don't like this. This is ridiculous, right? They knew it was 6-3. And they minimize the impact. So what does this mean? And there's, to your point about why Trump 2.0, this is trying to end Trump 2.0. That President Trump's ability to do all of the things that he's done, not just legislative, whatever, they want to switch this to impeachment investigation. They admitted last week in Axios, day one, not day two, not month 3, day one, they will impeach this guy again. They are threatened by the Trump 2.0 agenda, whether it's trade or education. They want to tie him up in knots in investigations and impeach the guy. So understand what's happening here. This is the judiciary. This is the Supreme Court attempting to meddle in the midterms. So right now, just to bottom line this, right, there are at least probably 50 districts around the country where there is a voting rights district, a racially meandered district. Now, just to give you a sense, Massachusetts has one just outside of Boston. Now, will that ever benefit Republicans? No. But the point is that this is very, very vast and extreme around the country. And so what happened now is Louisiana must, the court has insisted that they must redistrict. That will gain us a net 1 seat, one. Okay. Florida was already going to do it anyway. DeSantis was going to make this happen. So you can't even factor in DeSantis's +4. But states like Tennessee, states like South Carolina, and especially a state like Alabama could have yielded us probably 4 to 5 additional seats. I still think there's a strong hope that Alabama will go, but here's the kicker. Alabama right now, if they really push this, will get 1 seat. It should be 7-0 in Alabama, and people that I've talked to at a very reliable level in Alabama are saying that for a variety of reasons, to minimize the courts and the appeals and everything like that, they're going to have to go 6-1 this cycle and then try to get 7-0 next. But the court knew what they were doing. By limiting the exposure and the time that states had to grapple with their decision, they were ensuring that most states could not redistrict in time for the 2020 elections and increasing the chance that Democrats would take over the House of Representatives.